When archiving, we need to ensure that all of the pictures that we're taking of these artifacts have a standardized file format. So a file format is going to be the extension that comes after the period at the end of the file name. Apple devices are going to be our main source of picture taking for the time being, namely the school iPads, or if you have an iPhone of your own, that camera, as it'll be better than the school iPad camera. Later on, we'll also go over what to do in the case of an Android phone. What you need to know for now is that Apple devices use a proprietary file format called an HEIC, or High Efficiency Image Container. Now, this file format is high efficiency and it's good for sharing and other things like that. However, it is not compatible with HTML, and the website that we are going to be uploading these images to eventually uses HTML, and therefore, if we were to take an image as is on an iPhone or an iPad, it would not be compatible. So we have to edit a few settings, which I'll go through, to make it compatible, and we're going to be trying to get this into a JPEG because that is the most supported image format. Let's start with an iPhone. This will work for your iPad as well. It's the same settings. You're just going to go into the Settings app and navigate down to the Camera subtab. And then under this Camera subtab is going to be a tab labeled Formats. When you click on that, there's going to be a check mark next to High Efficiency. And this High Efficiency check mark basically means that when you take a picture, it's going to be using that HEIC format. We want to select the most compatible. So once you press that, there's going to appear a check mark beside that, which shows you that when you take a picture, it's going to be in a JPEG format. If you're using your personal iPhone for this and are worried about how that'll affect your personal pictures, not in the context of this archiving, be assured that it won't mess anything up. But if you are worried about it, it's just a few clicks and you can reset it to high efficiency when you're done archiving. Now, what would happen if you forgot to do this setting and you ended up with a bunch of pictures with the HEIC file format on them? Retaking all these pictures would be an endeavor, so what we can do is, once they're uploaded to the MacBook, you can select all of them and two-finger tap on the trackpad, which is going to bring up these options here in this box, and you can click on Quick Actions and Convert Image, and then once you click that, this drop down is going to appear and you can select JPEG and convert to JPEG. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a copy of all of these images with the file format of JPEG. Now, what you absolutely should not do is rename a file with the HEIC format, backspace, and then type out JPEG. This will look like it's a JPEG, but it won't actually change the file format itself, so someone would upload this to the website and there would be errors, and it would be very hard to figure out why that error is occurring, so do not do this. Let's say you have an Android phone and want to use that to archive with. Since there are a bunch of different brands that use the Android operating system, it would be a very long video and probably not all that accurate if I were to go through every single type of Android phone and how to convert those images to JPEGs. So you can either look that up on your own time, or you can also just take a picture as is and then upload it to the MacBook and go through the steps that we just went over to convert the files to JPEGs. Happy archiving.